Hello, I'm Rob Clementi, Chief Executive of 10 The Education Network, and I'm here with Matthew Bode from Gadens in Brisbane, who's going to be talking on the PPSR at our Agribusiness Law Conference to be held on the 8th and 9th of May on the Gold Coast. Matthew, thanks for joining me this morning. I've got two questions for you.
Sure.
First, what role does the PPSR play in safeguarding the interests of grain producers, storage facilities, financiers, and purchasers?
Well, thank you, Robert. Well, I think my talk will cover um, the perspective of each of these parties, but primarily the PPSR safeguards the interests and particularly the security interests of grain producers, the storage facility operators, and financiers, and I guess ultimately the purchasers of grain and other produce like cotton. It's primarily around their ability to secure their security interests and particularly priorities. So, particularly from the grain producers' perspective, there's a number of issues really about making sure that they're first in line and that they get their payments. So they'll register what's known as a purchase money security interest or a PIMSI, and that gives them a super priority interest over, say, the lender to the buyer of that of those goods. And there's a timing issue there as well, Robert. So, for instance, they need to register on the PPSR register before that inventory is delivered.
Next, the cattle industry, because the cattle industry, as you know, will be represented very strongly at this conference. How does the NLIS help in managing and tracking cattle from birth to the abattoir?
Well, the National Livestock Identification System is designed really to allow, I guess, the producers, the farmers, and also the financiers to sort of actually, it's almost paddock to plate, as they like to say. Again, prioritizing their security interests. There's some really interesting parts to this. For instance, you can take security interests over an embryo in the cattle, and the NLIS also covers and allows you to ear tag and track through that beast all the way through the process into the abattoir. And it, not only beef, but it covers, sheep and goats and I believe pigs. And what's interesting is that the NLIS is about to go through a reform and to make sure it's got state-of-the-art data. So we'll be talking about that as well.
Matthew, thank you very much. We're looking forward to your presentation in May. And thank you to those of you listening. If you would like to register for the conference, just go to our website, tved.net.au, find the conference, and you can register online.
Okay.